Hi everyone, welcome to today's Toeic lesson where we are going to look at 3 difficult questions and show you that you can easily find the answer. Now, the questions start a little easier and get harder, but they're all a little bit difficult. All right, let's look at the first question. Here it is. Okay, so this question is all about context and vocabulary. Grammar will not help you. Why not? Well, it says the optimal way to maintain the blank of your new jacket. Well, you need a noun, and all these options are nouns. So, to get the answer, we have to understand the context. Let's start with the word optimal, because it says the optimal way to maintain the blank of your new jacket. Well, here, we can see optimal means best, preferred. You can even say optimum. For example, in my opinion, the optimal temperature to play tennis is 18 degrees. It's not too hot or too cold. So this is the best temperature. All right, so now let's understand the whole sentence and get the best answer. I have a new jacket. I want to keep its what? So I want it to look good. I want it to appear nice. I want it to have a nice appearance. I want to keep its nice appearance. I want to maintain its nice appearance. So if we look here, I want to maintain the appearance of my jacket. I want it to look good. That's why I'm using a leather treatment. This would be the most logical answer. So we pick B. So appearance is how something appears, how it looks. All right, let's look at the next question. Pause your screen if you need time. All right, so there are 2 ways to get this answer. Number 1 is grammar, and number 2 is vocabulary knowledge. Let's start with grammar. Many of these verbs that you can see here, specialized, documented, offered, maintained, many of these verbs need a direct object. This means you need subject, verb, object, not subject, verb, preposition, object. But here, we can see in this sentence, after the blank, we need in. But many of these verbs will not have a preposition after them. Let's go with the first elimination. Let's eliminate D. If you use maintain, you need a direct object. For example, I want to keep my weight the same. I want to maintain my weight. My weight is the direct object. There is no preposition before it. Or the team had success year after year. The team maintained their success. There is no preposition after this. So subject maintains object. So let's eliminate maintained because this sentence has in after it. Next, we can eliminate offered. Why? Because offered also needs a direct object after it. The form is subject offers object to person, or subject offers person, object. For example, I offered my pen to my friend. So my pen is the direct object. Or she offered her friend a job. In active voice, you need to have an object. We do not have a direct object. We have the preposition oof. So let's eliminate C, offered. Now we have specialized and documented. When you use specialize, that means you focus on something. You become an expert in something. The form is somebody specializes in something. It does not have a direct object. So if I said she specialized quantum physics, this would be wrong. She specialized in quantum physics. The cook specialized in traditional Laotian food. not the cook's specialized traditional Laotian food. So when you use specialized, you need in after it. Therefore, specialized is the best choice because we have in this sentence. So the answer is A. All right, let's look at the last question. Okay, for this one, I'll give a quick tip and then the answer. If you start a sentence with a preposition, you need a comma after the prepositional phrase. For example, in 2019, I moved to Denmark. If I say I moved to Denmark in 2019, I don't need a comma. But if I start with a preposition, I need a comma after the phrase. Let's look at another example. Besides the warm weather, I also like the architecture in Bangkok. Besides is a preposition. Another preposition is despite. Despite the loud noise, I love living in Tokyo. So, despite noun form, comma, subject verb. If you have, I love living in Tokyo despite the loud noise, you do not need a comma. But if it starts with the despite, you need a comma. Here, we do not see a comma, so it cannot be despite. Next, we can remove while, because if you start a sentence with an adverb clause marker, like while, because, since, after, if, you need to have a comma after that clause. For example, if I saw that movie again, comma, I would probably fall asleep. So if it starts with if, I have a comma after the clause. However, if comes second, I do not. For example, I would probably fall asleep if I saw that movie again. While follows the formula. While I was watching the movie, comma, I fell asleep. Here, we do not have a comma, so we can eliminate it. We do not have a comma, so we can eliminate a while. Finally, we can eliminate B, because if you start a sentence with although, you need a comma after the clause. Although I'm interested in soccer, comma, I never get into the World Cup. I never get into the World Cup, although I'm interested in soccer. We don't have a comma, eliminate although. So the best option is whether. So the answer is C. This can be a noun clause or an adverb clause starter. For example, I could say, whether the weather is hot or cold doesn't bother me. So here, whether the water is hot or cold is the subject. This is a noun clause. You could also use it as an object. I don't care whether the water is hot or cold. This is a noun clause. So whether can be used to start a noun clause. Everything else starts an adverb clause or a prepositional phrase, so it is incorrect. All right, so the answer here, of course, as we said, is C. So I hope you learned some key tips. Please like, share, subscribe, and have a great day.